Okay, welcome to the Vision to Success Digital Marketing Workshop, how to achieve unstoppable business growth by switching your mindset and focus, which I'm delighted to be, we've got Sarah Clemson and Andy Henderson, who I've known for a long time, will be presenting today. As some of you know, these are free regular workshops that are designed to help you take your vision and realize it into a successful business. The overall structure for the next hour will be short introduction as to who we are and what Vision to Success is all about. Then we've got the educational presentation by Sarah and Andy, and then there'll be a chance to ask questions at the end, but do feel free to drop questions into chat, and that includes those who are on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook, because Rachel will be copying those from the Restream software into the chat, so you'll be able to see it. We'll also be answering questions, yes, and then if there's time, we'll open the floor to questions around marketing or business growth. I've just got a slight technical hitch to get going. And whilst I'll start the presentation whilst Andy just sorts out that minor technical hitch. And then we'll be answering questions at the end and open the floor to questions about marketing in general if there's time. We will be finishing at 12. Okay, so most of you know me by now or know the company by now. I've been a digital marketing coach and business coach for over 20 years, worked with over 500 businesses. All the work you're seeing over the last few months has all been a culmination of that. So I've stepped back as managing director of Cub, and Charlie Dickinson, my daughter, is now running Cub itself. I'm still working as founder, and I'm going to be focusing on vision to success and driving that forwards. And I've been around the block a bit, so I've worked with technology since 1984 with 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. So during the speaker view, during the presentation, and then at the end, it'd be great. I've fixed the refurb problem, so we should all be able to have a chat at the end and ask questions and talk to Andy and Sarah and tap into their expertise and deep knowledge of the subject. So use mute when not talking and ask questions through chat, please. So what is the purpose? Why do we go to all this trouble? Well, it's all about helping you guys compete in the digital world. It's getting more complex, you need to do more things, you need to get more things right. And it's about helping you build that knowledge so that you can make the right decisions and use your limited resources well. We're running these workshops so that you can bring your digital marketing problems and share them with the experts. And what we're looking to do is build a community to support the marketing. I was working with a company just the other day. They've got quite a few challenges, and because I'm connected with quite a wide range of people, I was able to provide, put them in touch with experts immediately, so he can get answers. So he could get answers to his problems, and if you know the right people, you can get things. And a lot of people, it doesn't always cost money. You just give them a call and they'll say, yeah, I'll spend half an hour with you. And quite often that's all you need sometimes. So it's building that community and building that collaboration. And only just this week, we started working with 8 new clients, and I say some of them needed help quite quickly. And I was able to sort of put them in touch with my contacts. None of them so charge them anything, just said, hey, yes, you need to do this, this, and this. And then if there's a future relationship, but it means you can get solutions to problems quickly. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we've got free monthly Wednesday workshops. We've set up the free marketing community which is hub.visiontosuccess.co. I'm sure Rachel will pop that into the thing. It's free to join up. We're going to show you some bits and pieces about it in a minute. Paid membership programs. We are making great progress on the app for helping you develop a marketing strategy and costed implementation plan. We're currently in beta test at the moment. 1 or 2 glitches in it, but I'm hoping in the next few weeks we will be able to give demos and really work with a few people on it. And then we're also creating a course, and I'm busily editing it at the moment. And then, of course, we do consultancy. But our goal is no matter what your budget, no matter what your ambitions, no matter what stage of growth you're at, we can provide help. So if you need free, we've got free via the hub, and then of course consultancy, etc., for those who want it quicker, faster, etc. So this is the hub. You just go to hub.visiontosuccess.co, and then it will take you, if you're not already registered, it'll start here, and at the top you can sign up. Very few details: name, company, email. I think it's all that's needed. And then that will give you access to, we've got 7 courses at the moment. There's an 8th I need to record, which is on managing websites. And there's a paid course there's a paid course, 2 paid courses, one on video marketing done by Darren Hutchinson and one by strategy. Chica, could you keep yourself muted, please? Yeah, so you've got these free resources. I've now added 2 ebooks to it as well, which are freely downloadable. We've got, if you like reading a book, we've got I wrote 60,000 words on drive sales with digital marketing. We've got 3 chapters on the overall structure and then 7 on practical application. So if you like to read, it's an ebook, which is available on Amazon for $14.99. So I would like to now introduce you to our speakers for today. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Sarah Clemson and Andy Henderson. And I say I've known both of them for quite some time now, and I'm really looking forward to their presentation on how to achieve unstoppable. Start again.
Easy for you to say, Peter.
No, it isn't actually. How to achieve unstoppable business growth by switching your mindset and focus. So this is a dynamic and thought-provoking presentation, which according to Sarah and Andy gives an immediate shift in your focus to help you create daily momentum to power you through a successful year. So following this presentation, hopefully you'll be highly motivated and gain a pathway to climb your own business mountain. And the process has worked successfully for hundreds of businesses, and it's a key component to growth in all forms. And as a business coach myself, I know its mindset is a great deal of what it takes to grow a business. So I will stop sharing, and then you can take over. Andy, Sarah.
Great. Thank you, Peter. I'll just get set up. Let's make sure this works. Here we go. Play. Good. Right, you should all see that. Nice to see you all. Great to see so many familiar faces and some new faces as well. And thank you for the great introduction, Peter. Much appreciated. I'm going to start off with a bit of a story first to get you all into the groove. So 7th of January 2013, 7 minutes past 9 in the morning, I am sat in my office. I've got my head in my hands. It's a disastrous day. It's a disastrous week. It's been a disastrous year. I've been in this business for 15, 16 years, and I've just spent the last year as MD trying to turn it around. And it wasn't working. The business was going backwards. We were turning over about 12 million. We were losing money. And we were literally, the 72 people in that business, me leading the board, a board of 6 directors, and we were literally running around like headless chickens. We were at point A, trying to do everything to fix the business, to grow it, to stimulate more sales, to create collaboration and teamwork, and it just wasn't working. And it felt like every day it was almost like Groundhog Day. We're trying this, then we're trying that, then we're trying to fix this, then we're trying to do that. Nothing worked. And actually on that particular day, I'm sat in my office, I've got 3 options. I felt like I had 3 options. One was get fired, because I was on the verge of getting fired from like an almost 20-year career in IT. The second option was to leave, because I felt that was the only option. The third option was to check into hospital, because I felt so bad. I felt so ill about the fact that I'd lost belief in my mission to grow this business. I'd lost the support of the people, you know, and I'd totally lost my way. And on that particular time, that 7th of January, 2013, at 7 minutes past 9 in the morning, I got a knock at the door, knock at my office door. And it was my HR director. And she came and she said, Andrew, come with me. She said, I've got a problem. And at which point I didn't need any more problems. I want a solution, but I said, okay, I'll come. We went down to the canteen, and in the canteen, there was loads of blown up pictures of press releases and all sorts about some good times that have happened in the business since I've become MD. And she said, let's go and have a look at those pictures more closely, because some of them are pictures of me. And I went closer to the pictures, and I saw that someone had scratched my face out with a compass head, literally scratched my face out with a compass head. I've been trying my absolute best to make this business work, to bring the people together. But on that particular day, I realized the answer was, well, it was about poor leadership on my part. It was about lack of engagement on my part. It was about lack of forward planning and really getting together with the team to ask them where they want to be in the future. You know, where do you want this business to be? Where do you want to be personally in this business? What does your career development look like in the future? You know, and how do you want to feel in this business overall? And I changed my management style as a result, right? And we started to really engage with people, really starting to ask them, you know, where do you want to be? What does this look like? What does success look like? And we started to create a plan. We started to liken this journey in business to climbing a mountain, you know, because business growth, developing a business, scaling a business isn't easy, is it? I'm sure if you were all able to speak now, you'd probably go, no, it's not, it's bloody hard work, and it is really hard. There's some extreme highs and there's some extreme lows. And when we started to really collectively work with the people, ask them about where they wanted to be, ask them about the potential that was inside this business, and really start to value their voice, and value their opinion, and value their perspective, we started to get somewhere. So really quickly, that turnaround situation did turn around, and went from 12 million to 14.6 to 19 to 25 million pounds revenue. Very, very profitable. And we did that with 20% less people, because we created belief, we created belonging, and we created a laser-guided plan, a laser-guided growth plan to get to the top of our collective mountain. And once we'd achieved that major growth, we sold the business, we made some money, it was great. And then I ended up on this journey up my own personal mountain. And that's where I came across Sarah, because I called myself a Sherpa guide, because this affinity with Pendle Hill, this climbing mountains, this sort of relaying this business journey about growing a business, it's like climbing a mountain. It's bloody hard. You get halfway, you feel sick, you feel tired, you feel out of breath. You feel sometimes like you want to come back down and maybe fall off that mountain. But as long as you know what that vision is, as long as you've crystallized what happens at the top, what you want to happen at the top of your mountain, then that encourages you to take those steps, even if through adversity, even if it's painful and horrible. You're going to take those steps, you're going to march up towards the top and bring your team with you, you know. And when you get there, self-belief, you've got confidence, you've got pride, and you've got clarity. You can see for miles. And guess what you see in front of you when you've got to the top of that mountain? Yes, you see more mountains. But at that point, it's your choice which one you want to climb next, which is great. So I'm climbing these mountains locally, and I'm looking about my, thinking about my future direction as the Sherpa of Lancashire. And I came across Sarah Clemson, who is the marketing Sherpa of Lancashire. And at that point, we realized we had to come together and do something, because we're seeing a lot of stressed business owners. We're seeing a lot of teams that aren't performing. And we thought, if we can combine some of my stuff and my backstory, my history with some of this marketing genius, then I think we can help.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's absolutely uncanny how Andy and I both described ourselves as Sherpas independently in 2020, 2019.
In the same time?
In the same town without even realising it. And people had put us together. So we've collaborated and we've pooled all our knowledge, which is business coaching, mentoring, strategy planning with sales, marketing, operations team. And we're going to give you a snapshot of it today. So without further ado, let's leap in.
Right, who's ready? Put your hand up if you're ready. If you've got your video on.
Next slide, come on.
Let's go, next slide. So, how to achieve unstoppable business growth. You see, I cocked that up as well, Peter, then. Unstoppable, it's a hard word if you try and say it fast. Unstoppable business growth by switching your mindset and focus. So, hopefully you've all got a notepad and some pens because you can write some of this stuff down. I don't know, I'm sure Peter's going to make it available in the Vision to Success Hub afterwards. But we've got some stuff that we want to take through. Dead easy, dead simple. If you've got any questions, please bang them in the chat. If they're really, really good, Peter's going to interrupt us and ask us the questions. If they can be left till the end, he's going to do that. So we'll have a bit of a Q&A at the end. Okay. But we're gonna share. Shall we share this? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So
first and foremost, it's all about you. This is what we're saying today. It's about you, your focus, your mindset. You are in control of your own design and your own destiny. It's proactive, not reactive. I think basically we've got a year ahead of us. We're partway into it, but 2023, there's two futures. It could be valleys or it could be peaks, and it's all down to you. So do you have this situation? You've got no plan. You're stepping along, you're busy, your week's full, but are you really going in the right direction? Are you really achieving anything? I love the analogy of football in business. You're kicking a ball across the grass and it's great. You're moving forward, you're busy, you're active, you're doing something. But without goalposts, where are you going? You're just running across a field. And I think that's quite a lot of what we all do. We see it time and again that people just work on the work that comes in. They hope the phone will ring. They hope that email will come in. They hope they'll have a good month. They hope they'll bill well this month. They hope next month might be better. But there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope and a lot of reaction. So I think today a lot of this is about really, really focusing and switching your mindset. And it's a daily practice. It literally is, because you can change every day, every week, every month. So you might find this situation, you're in a bit of a valley. You're either dropping or you're staying the same. Most businesses incrementally only grow 5, 10%, 15% each year. There's no exponential growth. There's no real plan. There's no real grabbing hold of it and designing it in a completely different way. So there might be cash flow worries. There might be sleepless nights, sales dips, worried about the economy. The media's dire. I'm working long hours. I'm always fighting fires. It's all falling on me. Or you can have the opposite, which is you've got a very definite plan. You know where you're going, and you're going upwards to the the other way. That one. That one. You're making a first step on a route map, as Andy said with his story, his painful story of business, when he really turned it around by stopping. And I would say that I think that's what I'd ask everybody to do today. If you can stop and pause before you start again. And when you start again, you start in a different way, in the right direction. And you will not believe the value and the productivity, profitability, the enjoyment, the freedom, the ease with which everything starts to flow when you take hold of it and start to manage it.
So you're saying we've got a choice?
Got a choice.
We take the peaks or we take the valleys. The peaks are obviously the good bits, the valleys are the bad bits. So these are the peaks. Choose that or choose this. I know which I'm going to choose. It's definitely peaks, not valley. I want to go up the mountain. I don't want to go down into the valleys because that's where all the rain is and the negativity. So, okay, so question for you. What is, oh, you can't answer. Okay, you can put it in the chat, but we're going to probably tell you before you manage to type it out. So what is strategy? What is it? You know, what is strategy? It's dead easy what strategy is. Everyone overcomplicates it. Really, really simple. It's simply a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term goal. Let me ask you another question. Has anybody worked so hard in the week, like literally Monday through to Friday? You've worked really, really hard, leading a business, owning a business, founding a business, doing all the stuff that business owners do, your team stuff, your selling, your marketing, the whole thing. Have you worked so hard during the week and you get to Friday, you're tired, you're stressed, and you sit there with maybe a beer, a glass of wine or a glass of orange or whatever, and you think, bloody hell, I've worked so hard this week, but I just don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. I just don't feel like I'm making progress. Put your hand up if you've felt that before. Yeah, it's a really common thing, right? And that's what it looks like. It literally looks like you're at point A. So this is the point of strategy, right? There's 3 bits of strategy. We need to understand where we are. We need to understand where we're trying to get to. And we need that laser guided focus and a plan to get from A to B. But very often we're just at point A, going round and round in circles, doing loads and loads of stuff like I was back in the day in that story I told you, just literally trying anything and everything to try and start moving forwards. But how can you move forwards if you don't know where you're trying to get to? That's a key point. Second component of strategy. Where are we trying to go? What is point B? Because that is the answer. If you find yourself going round and round in circles, absolutely knackered at the end of the week, not making any progress, it's because you have no idea where you're going. You haven't defined point B. And I'm not talking point B in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time. I'm talking what you want your life to be like in 10 years' time, what you want your business to be like in 10 years' time. What do you want to be famous for? Who do you want to become through this process? Does that make sense? Define point B. It's absolutely critical, because otherwise you're going to move around at point A trying to find point B. Is it down this road? Is it down this road? Is it over here? Is it down there? Is it up there? Is it left? Is it right? Who knows? Listen, you'll never find it like that. You've got to create point B. And this is about this focus. We've got to focus on B. And B is not just about you. It's absolutely part of who you want to become and the things that you want to own and, you know, the business you want to create. But also we need to bring things into point B, like the impact you want to make in the world. Because in my simplistic world, there are 2 types of business owners. One who just wants to make money. The other wants to make a big difference. They want to make a difference in the world. They want to leave a legacy. Yeah, I choose the second every single time, because it makes our work, it makes our business more meaningful. And if we've got meaning in our work, then magical things happen. So we need point A. We need to understand where we are. We need to understand what point B is. The top of our mountain. What is it? Personally, what is it professionally? What is it from an impact perspective? If you think about like this focus thing, right? Because if we're just going around at point A, just going round and round in circles, we're wasting a lot of time, energy, effort, and money. And if you think about the surface of the sun, right? The surface of the sun is the hottest thing that we know as humans. It's like the biggest ball of energy that we can't even get close to it, because it'll just blow us to bits. It would instantaneously combust. But this thing is out there. And when these sun's rays, these really powerful rays hit the earth, they literally only warm us up by a degree or 2. Yeah, they just warm us up by a degree or 2. But you can go to China and spend $100 on a laser, and that thing will cut through metal. There's a message in there, and the message is about focus. If you can define point B and harness your time, effort, energy, and money and focus on getting there, then you've got more of a chance of actually getting to where you want to be. And of course, if you know where you're going and why you want to be there, and you can measure progress on that journey, that's going to lead you to a pathway and a feeling of fulfillment, which is what I think a lot of us are chasing. It's what a lot of us are missing in terms of a feeling inside. It's fulfillment. It's because we don't know where we are. We don't know where we're trying to get to. We can't measure that progress. But if we could, we'd experience the feeling of fulfillment. Make sense? Put your hand up if it makes sense. Simple. I can see you. Thank you so much for that. Great. So Sarah, tell us about point A. What do you have to do to define point A?
Start 1. Situation analysis in marketing is absolutely essential to really know where you are now. You can't go from A to B without knowing the A. So it's absolutely essential. So you need to sit down. You need to spend some time. You've heard people talk about spending time on the business, in the business and on the business. It's really, really important to stop, to pause, to take this time. So I urge you, as an assignment or homework or something for yourself, that you sit down after this and really drill into where you are now. What are the numbers? What are the obstacles that you're finding? We spoke about fighting fires earlier. There's so many things in our week that take us away from the goal. What are the opportunities? ignore the media. There are so many opportunities out there. You may not even know where they are. That's the point of the process. You'll find them. How does it feel for you? Are you satisfied, fulfilled, knackered, just, you know, living the dream? And it's this situation with Sherpa is not really about, you know, disastrous situations. You could be at a really, really good position. You could be busy, you could be buoyant, you're very happy. But it's, do you want to climb to the next level? As Andy said, what's the 3 and the 5-year plan? Who do you want to be? If you've got a finite amount of time to really achieve something, and let's face it, you know, certain ages, different things occur to you at different stages. You've got this finite amount of time to really create this legacy, to create this pride in your working life, your business life, your peer pride and confidence. So get it down on paper. And there's the next slide, Andy.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, the numbers. Here's a good guide for you. Revenue, gross profit, net profit, key revenue streams, key business costs, number of customers, number of hours you work, cash in the bank, spare capacity, other. You can create this yourself.
So this is about the facts, isn't it?
This is the facts. This is
Give us
it.
the facts. Get the facts down. Where are you at in terms of?
Yeah, not
the-
just a
the numbers?
feeling. There is a feeling here, but also the facts. So you've got a definite A at a date, and you've got a period of time to reach a destination. So what's holding you back? Obstacles. It could be confidence. It could be fear of the unknown. It could be a lack of a plan. It could be, I don't really hate networking. I hate sales. I've no idea about digital marketing. The media is saying all sorts of things to me. My sales pipeline's looking iffy. What is holding you back? This is the mindset. It's really, really essential to drill into what you know. A simple way of doing it is really to find out what a week or a month looked like. What was the good and bad in that month? And on the converse of that, obviously, is opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there. There are new markets you might not have even considered. There's an element, we've all had to do this last few years of pivoting. So it's really essential that we pivot, that we really understand, and we'll come later into a bit of the process of how we can do this and how we can maximize opportunity. But it's really key to find out where you are there. Now, a little bit of an exercise. If you've got a piece of paper, or if you want to put them in the chat, what 3 words describe how it feels right now in your business? It could be financial, it could be how you feel about it. Are you enjoying your day? Are you enjoying your week? Is it easy or is it a struggle? Are you in flow, or are you absolutely meeting resistance at everything you try and do?
Yeah, because if you can put it all into chat, guys, that'd be really useful.
Yeah, fab.
Good.
Thank you. So we're getting a real clarity. That's essential. It's not sort of just busying and working, as Andy said, running around filling your week with what's just come in and just in front of you, just hoping everything will be all right.
Yeah.
It's about really
Taking a step back,
stopping, drilling into the detail, getting clarity.
Excellent. So that's really good. So once you've got that point A, you've defined the numbers, the facts, the obstacles holding you back, the opportunities that exist that you're not capitalizing on, and how it feels in your business right now. That's crystallized point A. So imagine you were a sat nav. The first thing you do in the car when you turn it on, sat nav's going, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And then it locks onto satellite as it goes, oh, I'm there. I'm in Worley, I'm in Burnley, I'm in Blackburn, wherever you are. It locks it in. Then it's going, where are you going? Where do you want to go? What's the destination? That's the next bit. So once you know the facts and the obstacles, the opportunities, how it feels, then we've got to think about, where do we want to be? So this is about capturing and harnessing your hopes and dreams of the future. This is about thinking, who do you want to become? Where do you want to be in 10 years' time? Think long term, like too long to plan for, but as long as it takes to build those hopes and dreams and get excited about. So what is your promised land? Think personally, think for once in your life selfishly about you, about yourself, and about what you want out of life. Because when you're young, you know, your mum and dad maybe never ask you, what does success look like to you? What's your promised land? Who do you want to become? When you're older, they might say, who do you want to be in terms of work? But who do you want to become is a different story, right? What kind of person do you want to become? Your first teacher never asks you, what does success look like? What's your promised land? Your first boss never asks you. You probably never ask yourself. So take time, write a massive page out about what you want out of life. where you're trying to get to, what is at the top of your mountain, who are you going to become, the type of person, what things do you want to own, how much do you want to earn, what do you want to be famous for personally, what do you want to be your legacy? And then once you've thought about all that stuff, start thinking about your team. What do you want for your team in the office? What do you want for your family? What do you want for your business? What does your business need to look like? What do you want your business to look like in the future? How many people do you want? How many customers do you want to serve? What type of products and services do you want to sell? How big an impact do you want to create in the world? For some of you, you might want to be Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, etc. For some of you, for others, you might just want to build a business with a few people that creates a really nice impact in your corner of the planet. You don't need a global business. But it all links into who you want to become and what you want to do personally, yeah, at the top of your mountain. So we need to understand and define that. We need to understand what the business, what you want for your business as well, what that needs to look like. And then we need to understand how your business needs to perform to give you the life you want in the future. So looking at your start point numbers, that's where you are now. You're probably a bit disappointed. You probably want more out of them. So if this is the life you want to create at point B, how does your business need to perform to give it to you? Because at the end of the day, your business is just a vehicle. It might be a super enjoyable vehicle, and that's what we hope for you, but it's just a vehicle to help to take you from A to B. Is it a Concorde? Is it a Skoda? Is it an electric scooter? Is it a carrier pigeon? Is it an Archaeopteryx or a Pteranodon from the prehistoric ages that you're going to jump on and fly to you? Who knows? It's your choice. That's the point. We need to understand the performance metrics. What revenue do you need your business to achieve to give you the life you want so you never need to worry about money again? Profit, number of customers, type of products and services you want to sell, how many hours do you want to work? You know, what valuation do you want to reach for your business, you know? So we need to define point B in its glory. So define success is the first thing. So if you're going to do a bit of this exercise, you can't define your successful life now, but take it away, do this homework. Define success. Define the performance of your business. How does your business need to perform to give you that life, to make you feel awesome, to help you build that legacy so that you can carry on after that. You've got choices. When you get to the top of your mountain, you've got choices. That's a key thing. And then think about the destination. Take yourself into that space of, I have become this person. I've now built this business. My team are awesome. I'm creating a massive impact in the world. Write 3 words that describe how the destination feels for you.
It's a common thing as well to go 1 year on from today. So put today's date of 2024 and you've achieved it. And how are you feeling to be in that? I mean, just imagine this, because engaging you is absolutely key to this. It's got to be the design and the driver of this journey. So it really helps to utterly feel that I've arrived, I've done it, and I've got this position in the world, or this financial situation, or this working week, however it looks.
Yeah, so write it as if you've already achieved it. Write it as if you've already achieved it. That's good. So the next bit is, once we've got this point A on the left, we've got point B on the right, we need to think about how the bloody hell do we start getting there, getting to that place. But the journey's too big. It's almost like point A is at one side of the Grand Canyon. That's the business you've got now. Point B is at the other side of the Grand Canyon. That's the business you want to create, the life you want to create. But there's just this death-defying chasm in between. There's no bridge, there's no ropes, there's no stepping stones. So we need to do something about that. This is where we help you create and craft the bridge. In the Sherpa program, we help you define point A, define point B, create the bridge, all the stepping stones across. And that all starts with defining your North Star goal, long-term goal, 5 or 10 years. Long-term goal, far away. It's not a goal that we're going to plan for. We can't plan for 5 or 10 years hence. But what we can do is think of it as the North Star to the 3 kings. They knew when the angel came down and said, listen, guys, grab your camels, frankincense, gold, myrrh, take that stuff, follow the star, trust, believe, and you will arrive at the right place at the right time to witness the miracle. Now, for you guys, it's this North Star goal is about creating direction, the ultimate direction, but there is a word of warning on it. If you have a team, don't create a revenue goal because they won't believe in it. If you've got a team, don't create a profit goal because revenue and profit, money has really no meaning to other people in your business. What I would help you and urge you to consider is to create an impact goal, a goal that's aligned to the impact you create in the world. If you're an IT company, it might be the amount of service contracts that you protect customers' data with. If you are a branded baked goods company, It might be the amount of branded baked goods, the feelings that you give the person that receives these branded baked goods, a fuzzy feeling. It might be you want to create 1 million fuzzies. Amazing. That's great. You know, if you're a software business that was in the business of, I don't know, helping whatever, you might want to create an impact goal of the amount of active users on your platform. Okay. But it's not about money. Your team will not create, it will not create belief in your business. So a bit of an inspirational quote there about everyone moving forward together. That creates the tip of the arrow. Once you've got that long-term goal in place, use it to arouse your team, to motivate them and guide them to success. So once we've got that long-term goal, we simply reverse engineer that goal to 3 years, to 2 years, to 1 year. We create 3 goals. We create a 3-year revenue goal, a 3-year profit goal, and a 3-year impact goal. Reverse engineer that to year 2 and year 1. And all of a sudden, this journey becomes a lot clearer. All of a sudden, point A and point B, we've got these stepping stones between. We've got year 1. That's all we need to think about, build the foundations for year 2. We've got year 2. Then we've got year 3 all the way to 5 to 10. We've got the guiding light and the short-term and medium-term goals that we need our business to hit. The question now is, we know exactly where we are over here at point A. We know exactly where we dream and we want to be to create the impact in the world. We've got the base camps and the guiding light. We've got the North Star goal to guide us. The question now is, how the blooming heck do we get there? Sarah, this is your bag.
All right. So defining, so any business is made up of clients and customers. That's why we're there. We're there to solve problems, aren't we? It's the only reason for being in any business, whatever. So you really, I'll come to it later, but solving the problem for somebody is everything they're ever going to pay you for. Fulfilling their aspirations, their dreams, their time, their ease, whatever you can do. I don't know how to do this.
Just sorry, just press the button. No, that's it.
Clicker, right.
So the dream buyer is the ideal customer.
Yeah. So you've heard about dream buyers. You may have heard of them as avatars or ideal customer. And ideal customer, dream, you know, let's dream. You want to really, really drill into the detail here. It's absolutely essential because of the time, the finite amount of time any business owner has in a week. You can't be wasting time. It's got to be totally laser focused and targeted. So focus, we've talked about it endlessly. That's it. We're focusing. We're not just waiting for the phone to ring. Somebody saying, come and work for us in Southampton. Oh yeah, I'll go and drive there and I'll stay overnight and I'll lose my life doing that when I could be working for somebody down the road. So have a look at your last 3 months or 6 months or year. And I want you to come up with your own dream buyer. Love you all to do this exercise. What is the most enjoyable project or client instruction that you did last year? Why was it enjoyable? Start with the enjoyment factor, because if you enjoy your working week, everything's going to change. Nobody wants to work with somebody who's awkward, difficult, challenging, doesn't support you, doesn't believe in you, doesn't listen to your advice. So here's just some suggestions on the board as to really drill into their detail. Do they give you repeat business? Do they refer you? Do they pay on time? Do they query your quote? Do you enjoy working with them? Do they become mates? Have they got repeat business for you? They're absolutely perfect for you. There will be a client out there that is super profitable, super enjoyable, and they're the ones you want to work for. And that's your ideal customer, your dream buyer, because anything that isn't that is not ideal. And you probably shouldn't be wasting time in your week dealing with them. They just bring you down, they challenge your money, they challenge your profitability, and just life is difficult and awkward and not flowing. So one real strong way of doing this is to get hold of the facts. Once again, clarity and focus. So you've got your dream buyer, we just talked about that. Sector breakdown, similar thing. Which sectors have got opportunities for you? Which have got obstacles? You can do your analysis on this. There may be sectors out there that you think, oh, there's potential in that, but I've never done anything about it. So this whole process will get you to start thinking about where the opportunities are. Sustainability, energy, you know, the waves that are occurring. Are we stuck in the past, not moving forward? You need to sort of analyze all this. And when you've got the ideal customer and the sectors, and you're really, really clear about that's the type of work I should be doing this week. And I absolutely loathe and hate that. And I need to get rid of that because it makes me no money. And it absolutely squanders my time and energy and causes nothing but stress. Get rid of that. Focus on the good stuff and get the numbers. Are you looking at them? Have I done it? So a really, really important thing about this ideal customer and this is to create alignment. Only when you've got alignment and attraction, when you're very, very clear about what you do and you find an audience, a community that you build, like-minded people, they get you, you get them, it's all easy. So you've got to be really, really clear about who you are and what you're selling. And people buy people. People buy missions, they buy values, they buy visions. So without reading all these out to you, get really, really clear on what you're providing and how you're helping somebody.
And what you're about as a business.
And what you're about.
What's in here.
Absolutely.
What's in that part of your business, yeah.
Absolutely. More and more people are aligning. You see it, people turn off and on brands all the time, particularly with social media. You're only going to build a community, an audience, or people who really get what you're saying if you get this part right at the beginning. So this is a very, very entry-level version of branding, but it's there just to give an idea. So your value proposition, it's a short statement that communicates why buyers should choose your products or service and not your competitors. You know, there's loads of competitors. Lord knows there's thousands of marketing companies in Lancashire alone. So what is it that differentiates you? What can you bring that's completely different? You've got to be really, really clear about what you're doing, because only when you're clear about what you're doing and have that confidence and self-belief can you communicate it to others passionately, enthusiastically, genuinely, authentically. And the connection happens. The connection happens when that's real. People buy your enthusiasm and passion and drive. So everything we're talking about here is about being focused and clear and driven and getting clear on this is quite interesting actually, some of the big names there. The smartest way to get, I've got a camera in front of it around, Uber. I mean, it literally is one quick statement. It's your elevator pitch, it's everything. So what problems do you solve for people? How do you solve those problems? What are the benefits? So many people these days still sell services. I'm a lawyer and I do this, 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 and this. I'm an IT person and I do this, 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 and this. I do S&O, I do PPC, I do whatever. What's the benefit? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to save them? Money, time, facilitate a result? Be really, really clear, because that, when you're clear about these different problems, there will probably be a different dream buyer for each of them. So why would they instruct you? Have you asked yourself what makes you good? So just coming to a bit of a close now, we've had such a whistle-stop tour through all of it. And in actual, you know, to summarize the whole lot of this is, it's in your hands. If you have an intention every single day to get to B, and your whole focus of your day is only about B, it's not about the to-do list, it's not about the emails, it's about you, your business. It will naturally all just fall into place. It's unbelievable how the transformations occur when you qualify and do all the work at the beginning. Over to you, Andy.
Yeah, good. So yeah, Paul Luminata, he's going to double the size of his business in a year. So he's going to go from £500,000 to £1 million. But the thing is, I mean, that's just numbers, it's just money. But what he's actually got is 100% clarity and a systemized roadmap to take X amount of steps to get to that point. And it's clear, and he can do it. He can wake up every day, every week, every month, and he knows what he needs to do to get to that next level, which is great. So from a mindset and a focus perspective, it's changed the whole game for Paul. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much.
Questions. Our gift to you is that if you want to book a business mapping session with us, you know, so we can help you understand that point A and define it, help you understand point B and define that, and help you think about what's holding you back and how we might work together to solve some of those issues and get you moving forward with focus and determination, then our gift to you is that we'll help you do that. We'll sit down with you for free. All you need to do is click on the web link there and book the call, and we'll see you in the next week or two.
Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you so much for such a really useful webinar. You know, it's this sort of thing, you know, really makes a difference, and I use some of the approaches that Andy and Sarah use in my own coaching, and I know it works. And I do it if you are, you know, struggling or stuck with your business. I do highly recommend that you go and take up that free offer, because you'll learn so much just in that hour that you'll spend with them. And even if you do nothing else, it'll make such a difference. But I'm sure you know, there's plenty of things that I mean, Andy and Sarah got the quite a few things that can help you, whatever your budget, you know. So yes, please take them up on the offer, because that offer's worth a lot. Okay, we've got some questions. So Catherine Dobson asked, what makes working with your ideal buyer enjoyable? What is it? What sort of things do you feel and sense when you're working with a buyer that's you know, that's fun to work with?
Yeah,
It's magic.
it is. It's just it's about the week flowing so nice and easily. And when you've got a client that really values what you do, they listen to your advice, they're keen to work with you, they're keen to buy your products or services. There's a real feel good between it. It's easy, you know, you can see yourself becoming mates, and they send you thank you letters. I've had a fantastic email this week thanking the studio for the work they've done on a project, and we all felt good about it. It was so nice for somebody to take, you know, a whole email and say how their team, you know, really valued what we were doing, and we all feel good about that. And they don't challenge quotes, they pay quickly. They're going to refer you, and you know that you've shored up repeat business, so it all feels good. It all feels good. The alignment's right, and when the fit's wrong, oh, it's pushing water uphill. It's just a nightmare. You never want to work with them again.
Yeah, so I get that one. Great question, by the way. So 100% agree with everything Sarah said, and that friendship bit. It's like, you know, the customers start to straddle the line between customers and friends, and sometimes you can't tell the difference. But there's another hidden factor here, because I see this all the time in businesses where leaders allow customers to absolutely take the mick and be inappropriate with their staff, and far too demanding, unnecessarily, rude, ignorant, swearing, whatever.
I haven't had that.
And what we see is that, you know, they are not dream buyers. But what I see quite often is that the leaders often accept that as being okay. That's bad leadership. That's weak leadership. And actually, to show if you're like a servant leader, I mean, I pride myself on that servant leadership stuff, but if you're a strong leader and you're a bit of a servant leader and you really care about your people, you would stop that from happening. You would call that customer and say, unless you stop treating my people this way, we will not deal with you. Yeah. And if you've got to be prepared to let that customer walk out the door, because actually the money bit is not as valuable as having your employees feeling safe, feeling productive, feeling motivated to want to work with you. And that's one way to do it. So that's another hidden thing about.
I wouldn't say it's just the team either. It's yourself. It's your own self-respect, because you know, if you've got this strong sense of self-belief that you've created from A to B, you know where you're going, and you kind of got to trust the process. You've got to trust that I will find the good people. I'll not just pick up the phone and answer that call, which doesn't suit me at all. You know, I have a system with phone calls and emails about green, amber and red. And reds are just like, they do not serve our purpose at all. They are here to take us further away from our goal. And the greens are there to take you nearer your goal. So, you know, why spend your time? I mean, there's a whole thing around people's time and prime time. And you, as a business leader, have these incredible skills, things that you're so good at. You know, you might be fantastic at new business development or networking, bringing the work in, or you might be the behind the scenes person who's really data driven or financial. you are best spending your time doing that. And if you have to recruit, subcontract, anything to make sure you focus on that goal, that needs to happen. So just one thing is not taking the poor clients. Takes a bit of courage, but if you have a proper plan and support next to you, you can do it. You can choose not to put up with it, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. We've let some clients go because they've been rude to the staff. It's just not worth it. The damage to the business. If they feel that that's acceptable, they're going to go, well, I don't feel safe. And if anybody wants to sort of read more about that, there's a book I can thoroughly recommend, Simon Sinek, Leaders Eat Last. It's a fantastic book and expands on what Sarah and Andy have been saying. So just before we finish, Sarah and Andy, what is the one thing you'd like, apart from obviously picking up the offer and seeing you guys, what is the one thing that you'd say to everyone today? The last, big takeaway you could take away from today.
Go on, you go.
From my perspective, it's if you find yourself at that point A, going round and round and round and round and round and not feeling like you're making progress, just take a step back, take an hour, take a day out of the business, and just super define where you're at, super define where you want to be, and just create the plan, create the ladder or the stepping stones between. And you'll find yourself when you go back into implementation mode, you'll find this whole world open up in front of you, and this step-like, laser-guided approach to achieving what you want to achieve, as opposed to just wasting loads of time and effort just running around in circles. That's the big thing for me. If you find yourself there, take a step back, take time out, and really understand that point A and point B. It's magical when you get that right.
I was going to say the same thing. Just pause, reappraise it. Certainly guilty myself a few years ago, just staring at the computer, dealing with what's in front of me, never thinking, is this, even forecasting, even knowing what the financials at the end of the year would. I'd already be a bit surprised when I go to see the accountant and they said you've made this much money, which is pretty damn naive, really. But that was years ago, before I, took hold of it and sort of thought, question, is this the, question this afternoon, what you're working on, is this what you want to be doing for 5 more years? Or would you like to actually take hold and change something? And I know we've not gone too much into the how today, but if you've got the what and the why, the how will just happen. Because if you spend every single morning thinking, this is B, this is my goal, you will think of 50 things to do to get you nearer. Steps will just appear. People will come out the blue to help you. It's unreal when you focus how you drive yourself, how you do things differently, how ideas occur to you. So don't worry too much about the how. We can obviously help you with the how, but if you get the what and the why, the rest you will make the rest happen.
Brilliant. Thanks very much. So I'll bring the webinar to a close. So very many thanks for everyone attending the webinar via Zoom, LinkedIn, Facebook and YouTube. I hope you found it as useful as I did. The recordings and transcript will be put on the website in the next few days, and a link will be sent out to everyone who is registered. For next month, on 19th of April, I'll be presenting how to launch a new product or service, and we're looking at some of the key steps you need to follow when launching a new product or service. So if you're interested, please go to Vision to Success / events and click on the events tab, and then book on the next event. We'll be running events through to June. We'll be having a little bit of a break whilst I do a change to the way the events system works on the website, and then we'll be kicking back off again in September, running through to Christmas, again sort of about the 3rd or 4th week in the month, for an hour between 11 and 12. Please go to hub.visiontosuccess.co if you'd like access to all the free resources. If you're a marketing expert and would like to add free resources, then please speak to myself or to Rachel. We'll be very pleased to have your resources on the site. It's not about us, it's about creating a sustainable marketing community of both experts and people who are doing marketing, so that we can all collaborate and we can all figure out the how in a way that fits our ambition, budget, and state of growth. May I wish you all a good break for Easter, and I look forward to seeing you all after again. So thanks very much to everyone, and see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.